Detroit is synonymous with crime, but for those of us who live here, Detroit is simply home. All week, Detroit 2020 has been taking a closer look at the cost of crime in our community and what we can do to fix it.
And we're joined right now by Detroit Police Chief Ralph Godbee. And Chief, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It's very good to be here.
First of all, the quick question is how have the city's money problems affected the police department and the number of police officers, not just this last year, but over the last few years?
Over the last few years, and we can really travel back to September 11th, 2001. The state of Michigan has lost close to I want to say 3,000 or 4,000 law enforcement officers. 1,400 of those have come off of the rolls of the Detroit Police Department. Just in the past 2 years, which is close to my tenure as chief, we're about 300 officers fewer in the Detroit Police Department. Past 6 years, maybe 800 to 900 fewer police officers.
And is that affecting safety in the city?
Well, it forces us to be more innovative. We have to be a leaner police department. We have to use intelligence to deploy appropriately. Is it difficult? Yes. Does it provide a challenge? But it also provides tremendous opportunity also.
Now, over the years, you know, we've always heard that Detroiters really don't want to snitch when they see crime. They tighten up. But we've seen the group Detroit 300. Are they helping your department? Some people are afraid of them when they see them on TV. What do you say to that?
Well, they are one of many community groups that are stepping forward to really try and challenge that culture and also be conduits between us and the community. Some, it's not even a snitching issue, but it's more of, you know, they fear retribution. So to have that safe haven or someone to help pass information back and forth, it's been tremendous for us. Some of the tactics of late, I've talked to the leadership of Detroit 300 very forthrightly. They were very understanding. Yes, and that's not the tone we want from a community group, because if we don't want them to be afraid of the police, we certainly don't want them to be afraid of a community group working with the police.
Absolutely.
But they've been the leadership has been very receptive to those conversations, and I'm very positive in future iterations it will get back closer to what we started
And
with.
you think more people will join Detroit 300?
Absolutely. And you have, I mean, Green Acres Block Club, CB Patrols, Brothers on Patrol, the Made Men group. There are so many groups out here that are doing tremendous things that we're working with, so we want to increase the capacity of our community partners.
We had a couple of Facebook questions from our Detroit 2020 Facebook page we wanted to pass along. Henry Roney Jr. asked the question, quote, have we lost control of the city? What will be a deterrent to all of these senseless, violent crimes? No,
we haven't lost control. Are things at an alarming rate? If you look at crimes per 100,000, we are too high. Unequivocally, no one would argue with that. But when you start to do a drill down and you look at some of the history of, especially when you have narcotics-related types of crimes, which a number of our homicides have some type of nexus to narcotics dealing, and then the gunplay involved, unresolved anger management issues and disputes. We can conquer this, and we are trending down. Over the past 10 years, the homicide rate in Detroit has been about 400 homicides annually. For the past 5 years, about 365 annually. For the last consecutive 2 years, we were at 308 in 2010. We were at 344, which was a spike up last year, but still below the 5 and 10 year trending. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We've got to stay, you know, on course. But we're closing a tremendous amount of major cases with the communities involved.
And I know the community really does have to get involved because police can't do it alone. We have another Facebook question for you from Micaiah Hoskins Starks. She sent in this question. She says she's afraid to take her kids to Belle Isle. What is the department doing this summer to keep kids safe?
Belle Isle is one of our jewels. We have a summer detail. And we have a harbor master unit that works out there. And we go out there very frequently to enjoy the island. We do have a very adequate police force out there to deal with issues relative to the island. We enforce the park ordinance, which caused us to close the island at 10 p.m., which in times past is when we had our biggest issues on the back strip with people just hanging out. and not really recreating at the island, but just using it as a strip to show off cars, play loud music. We're trying to make sure it keeps a family environment for picnics, family reunions, and people still enjoy Belle Isle. It's just one of our tremendous jewels.
Yeah, because it's so beautiful.
Well, Chief, we thank you so much for coming and taking time, and I think on behalf of the people who have watched what you do, you keep a very level-headed approach and a very measured approach to this police department, and we appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you for the opportunity.
We certainly appreciate you coming in.
All right,